Recording in progress. I don't know if you can hear that on your end. It's kind of funny.
Got it. Yep. I can hear that. I'm gonna get out of my mail so it stops dinging at me.
I know I have to do that all the time. I have to like do not disturb everything so nothing shows up.
Yeah, a good idea.
I
I like to keep the. I probably won't do not disturb my phone in case we got some cookies getting delivered, and I gotta
know, and they just
check
get
the dude
left in
at the
the.
front.
There is no cookie. Hate to break it to you, but
Just kidding. That's
they'll
right.
just
Those are
leave.
good, by the
They'll just
way.
leave them in the lobby. Whatever I do send,
Not mad at that.
I take for granted we just have our own building.
Yeah, we have to share. We're actually moving somewhere. I don't know yet. I think the building that we're in now is supposed to be knocked down for apartments or something.
Oh,
So we're I guess apparently in negotiations with another lease or something.
hmm.
I don't know.
Vince,
We'll see.
Vince owns our building, so
Yeah.
he kind of double dips a
Yeah,
little
I think
bit.
you did well on that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of double dips a little bit. So is that water in that
I don't
cup
blame him.
or?
It's coffee,
Hmm.
actually. Man, I need some after this weekend.
I'm so happy. On Saturday, I pulled. Did I tell you that I pulled an Irish goodbye with my friends? So we were we were at my buddy's house for fight day because the UFC fights were at 4 p.m. because they're in London. So everybody else left, and then me, him, and another buddy were like the only ones at his house. And our buddy wanted to go crash his wife's wine night, so we went over to someone else's house, and we were all about to leave there, and it was like 12:30, and they wanted to go to this old people bar here called Retro Rewind. It's like a nightclub for old people. And I had no intention to do that. So I didn't even tell them I was leaving. And I got in my Porsche and I think I did, well, just, I won't say the speed, but pretty high driving through the neighborhood just to get out of the way so they didn't see me not go the other direction.
Hmm.
And by the time they got there, I was already in bed. My buddy Colin's like, "Where'd you go?" And I was like, "I'm at home in bed, dude. Have a good night." And I was like, "Sorry for my little Irish goodbye." They ended up staying out till fucking 5 a.m.
Oh, nope.
Sounds, and he had to pick up his kids at 7 a.m. the next day. It sounds awful.
That does not sound fun. Not at all. Yeah, that's yeah, I had a couple late nights in Albuquerque.
How was the weather there? It was cold when you rolled in.
It was free. It snowed. I even brought my golf clubs. The whole plan was to golf. I saw the weather. It was going to be chilly. And then all of a sudden they had this huge storm roll in. And I almost left my clubs at home, but I was like, maybe it won't snow or it'll snow for like 30 minutes and we'll still be good to play. But that was like a full blown blizzard when I landed.
Oh,
I'm happy that my flight didn't get delayed or whatever.
yeah.
But
So you didn't get
yes, I
to go see
lugged
any
my golf
golf.
clubs around for no reason.
Don't forget your golf clubs Saturday.
I'm bringing them. They're already. I'm just gonna keep them packed unless well, I'll probably play this week or at least try to hit the range or something.
So my coach told me, I don't know how you pack golf clubs, but my coach gave me all these tips. So obviously, like unscrew the golf head driver, or the club head, the driver.
That's pretty smart, actually.
Because I mean, mine comes with a little tool, and then you store that away,
Yeah,
and then basically take like old towels and just wrap them around all your irons so they're not clanging against each other, and then you should be good.
that makes sense. I probably should do that with a driver. Yeah,
That's how to avoid clubs being broken.
yeah, that's smart. I wrapped mine in like a big blanket,
Hmm.
which help. But yeah, taking the driver head off would be
Do you have a
a
hard
good
bag or a
idea.
soft bag?
Soft bag,
As do I.
just easier to like pack when you're not using it.
Mine like combines. It's like the square little suitcase, and then it comes apart like an accordion, and this in the back, and the clubs go in there.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just bought a new one. That's like I wanted to get like an OGO bag, but I can't justify like $300 on a
I got
golf
a
travel case.
I got a Tito's golf bag.
Nice.
Since everyone knows me, that's kind of my thing. It was funny. Someone posted on Facebook Marketplace this Tito's golf bag, and then like five of my friends sent me that same ad, and one of them was late, and I was like, I already bought this an hour ago, and so I went and picked it up, and then though, so this guy that I bought it from used to work for Tito's, and I saw him when I was golfing like a couple months later, and he had like a legit driver where not only did the grip say Tito's, but like the actual club head said Tito's on it. And I was like, oh, now I need
That's
that.
crazy.
I know. Now I need that.
Huh.
I get my second set of clubs sometime next month.
What do you mean?
Well, I keep one club at the country club, one set at the,
Oh,
and I have one to
what do you
like,
hit? What do you use?
they're all Callaway.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I have one set to just like bring around to different places with me or travel with. So,
I got one set and that's it.
well, I would not have ever had two, but it's so nice to like roll up to the country club and your bag is on the cart ready for you, waiting. You don't have to lug it around. So I'm just gonna leave that there.
Well, we're playing when I come out there
Yes, we are.
for sure. I'm planning around.
I still
Everything is
need
going to be planned around golf.
Are we planning on like 36 holes on Saturday, or what's our plan?
I'm down.
Okay, I am too.
Let's do it.
Do we know where we're playing yet again? I don't remember.
Yes. I haven't looked it up. Let me see here. I can look it up real quick. I don't think it's anywhere special, so just so you know.
It's all right.
Let me see here. Golf.
Did you see my Creighton boys made it to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, dude.
Hopefully
Love
they're
that.
hopefully they're kind of a shoe-in for the Elite Eight because we have to play Princeton. So I'm hoping we
Princeton got Arizona.
I know, but
I saw a funny like video where it's like they showed like the Princeton campus after they make the Sweet 16, and it's like
yeah.
everyone in everyone inside doing their homework.
Yeah, you know, that was
Like
funny.
no one's partying, no one
No.
cares.
I know that was funny. I like that. That made me
Just made
laugh.
me laugh. We're playing at Los Prados Golf Course.
I'm gonna look this up. I don't even know how to spell
I
that.
hope it. I haven't even. Yeah, Los Prados, LOSPRADOS, and it's
What is it?
$65. So don't expect anything. I have
Los.
zero
How
expectations
do I
for this
spell
golf
this?
course.
Los what? Pra?
Prados, PRADOS.
Yes,
I guess I could look
65
it up too.
bucks. Yeah, that's not gonna be anywhere. Oh Lord, it's like right in the middle of Las Vegas too. Okay, anyway, that's interesting. How do we end up
I
here?
also
thought it was
switched my hotel.
to what?
Staying at the Link now.
Oh, why? Oh Lord, this golf course doesn't look that amazing. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm playing in Omaha here.
I think they
Whatever.
changed it because of so many people wanted to play.
Well, screw them. Doesn't mean I can't stay at a nice golf course.
Well, let's do it.
Whatever. It's fine.
We should. I bet if we make another tea time at like 2,
I don't know what
or
time.
we only play 9 here and then bounce.
What time's our tea? I mean, that's gonna go quick because it's a scramble.
It should be theoretically. It should, but
What time's our tea time?
let me see here. I want to say it's like 10.
We should see if we can get on me and you at Rio Seco.
10 a.m. Saturday, March 25th, 10 a.m.
Yeah, I wonder
And we
what
could
time.
try to be the first ones off.
Yeah,
That way
no,
we can leave when we're done.
I wonder what time we'd be done. I'll call
Or
Rio
we
Seco.
play 9. I mean, I'm down to play 9 because it's
I'll
just
call-
like a little scramble.
Yeah, I'll call Rio Seco and see what tea times they have. We can base a lot off that. Rio Seco is insane.
Yeah. I heard Eagle Mountain, maybe. Is that a course?
Eagle Mountain. No,
I think
that's in Arizona, bud.
Eagle something. Maybe not.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yeah, Saturday, I got no plans after that. So I'd
Okay.
love to play. I've never done 36 in a day.
I have. It's so tiring, dude.
I think it depends how much you drink the first 12 or the first 18.
No, doesn't matter. It's tiring. We have we will here, I'll send you the link to Rio Seco. You can look it up. It's pretty insane. We get on my buddy's jet and we fly out to Valentine, and we tee off at we leave here at 6:42 in the morning. We land there at 7:30. We get up and then we tee off at 8:30. And we play 18 there. Then we get in a shuttle bus, go to the other golf course, and we play 18 there. We finish right before sunset, and we eat dinner and fly home.
Sick. Sounds like a great trip to me. Why need to do a golf trip?
I mean,
Like
it's
an
a great
actual golf
trip.
trip.
I'm not complaining. It's just that is just a lot of golf
Yeah.
in a day, especially
UFC.
when it's non-sober golf. That's even more golf. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's
This looks nice.
yeah. Rio Seco's stupid.
Is it private?
I don't think so because we got on it before. I don't know if my buddy got us on there, but I'm gonna call him later today. But it's the funny thing about Rio Seco is if you either have to hit on the fairway or you just lose your ball because
Okay.
if you I mean because it's like desert and there's snakes and shit on the side of it. So if you don't hit the fairway, you can just kind of kiss that ball goodbye.
Yeah. So it says, let's see,
So
tee times. Clark County residents, Rio Seco EPH members. Hopefully you don't have to be a Vegas resident.
I'll figure it out. I my buddy got us on there before, so he'll get us on there again. So
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. I'm
see
connected. We'll
here.
get it done.
Let's do it, dude. 25th.
Dude, have you ever had guy on my team? We're going on like this. It's like a $2 million commercial deal, and the seller hasn't been calling. Like the seller called him last week and was like, "Hey, I want to meet with you guys this week. Talk with Michael. Get some times that work." So we called him back with times. He wasn't calling us back. Wasn't calling us back. We were kind of like, "What happened?" Well, he died.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
just like right in between. It was weird. So now, of course, we got to wait a little while, and so we had like flowers and little, card we sent to him and whatnot. But yeah, I've never had that happen before.
Dude, I just had a client die last year from COVID
Oh,
in the middle of a transaction.
oh no.
Yeah, we were in a contract with the
Mm.
what the listing, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that's
the listing,
interesting.
and
I
she
mean
was
that.
in the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation. That was a crazy one because then it went to the family, and then it was nuts. It was like a 3 month deal, 4 month. I can't remember how long it took, but yeah, it was like my friend's mom.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, it was really sad. But
Yeah, those kind of deals are never good. That's the only time that's ever happened to me. But I had a deal that was under contract, and the seller's like brother died, and died really young, and so that kind of delayed things a little bit. But other than that,
yeah.
that was the only other situation I've had like that.
All right, this is a total side note, but there's one, two, three, four. There's only 60 times for Saturday.
What time are they?
And they have one. There's the later ones are 12:40, 12:50, and then 1:40, 1:50, and 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is the last one.
Okay, hold on.
That's probably our best bet.
And I'm gonna see how to get from.
2 p.m.
I'm gonna see how far away these are.
Because what we could do is only play 9. I'm cool only playing 9 for that scramble. And then
Oh, that's not
bouncing
bad.
off
Rio Seco's 44 minutes away from Los Prados.
Prados.
So I mean, we could. What time's our tea time? 10.
10. So if we
I mean,
played
dude.
2,
I mean, a scramble's going to be over. I mean, even if we play the full thing, scramble's going to be over in. I mean, less than probably 3 hours.
you would think.
So
No, I wouldn't trust that though. I would
I
still
mean,
think it's going the full 4 because I feel like everyone sucks.
oh, okay. Well, and you've overestimated my ability.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think we're gonna be over in 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
So yeah, I mean, even if but I mean, you kind of had that set up before. I don't want to come in and put a damper on that, but if we
Well,
only
I was
play
hoping to
not,
play somewhere nice.
so let's. I mean,
Not
like
that it's not
let's
nice.
plan on like 2 hours. Do they have a 2 o'clock tea time at
Yeah,
Rio Seco?
yeah, 2 o'clock. That's the latest one too.
Let's just do that.
$259.
Per person.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
remember it being that expensive, but okay.
That's pretty expensive. And
Yeah,
we
I mean,
could look at other courses. Let's look at other courses too.
I mean, there's a reason why it's that expensive. I mean, it's pretty damn dope.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if I've ever spent $260 on a round.
I mean,
Maybe I did once at TPC.
this is I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's a TPC Las Vegas. We could try to go there, but this is much better. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
This is total sidetracked here, but I don't care. It's golf, so I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean TPC is nice. It's not near as nice as Rio Seco, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, TPC, I think it's overhyped in my opinion. It is nice. Like the conditions are always really nice, but I don't know. I feel like there's nicer courses here.
I mean I think there's nicer courses in Scottsdale um than there is in Las Vegas. If I'm being honest. Well, I wonder if we could just play the win.
I can ask around too. Some people from Vegas that
Yeah,
has some input.
let's work on that. I wouldn't even mind just playing the win because that looks really cool. You ever
Fine with
played
that?
what?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
played golf. I've played golf in Vegas once or twice, and it was like a small like muni
Well,
course.
and it's cool because
Stuff.
you have the whole Las Vegas skyline like behind you,
Yeah.
which
What
is
about
kind of
the?
neat.
Are you looking it up?
Who just tried to call me? I don't want to do that. The fuck?
Win golf course.
Oh,
Win golf course.
I hate having to call to make a tee time. That's lame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awful. I hate that. Can I just do this online? That's stupid.
I think you can do it on your phone. Oh, yeah, go straight to.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I click on it and it takes me there. That's lame. All right. Well, I'll check with the win. I'll see what they got going on.
Yeah, 260 seems a little steep, but I mean, I assume everything's a couple $100 right now, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want you to spend that much money if you don't want to. So we're fine there. But I can ask my golf coach. He just played quite a bit. Oh, Cascada. People love Cascada. We could go there. See how much that is. It's also in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. See here. Oh my god, this looks amazing. Wow. Holy crap. How do I get on here? Is this private? Nope, doesn't appear so. What do they have for country clubs here? Not that we can go, but to open the reservation engine in a full screen, click here. Whoa, you're not gonna like that. We're gonna skip Cascada. $479.
Yeah,
That's way too expensive to play golf.
that's a lot of money for some
Holy
golf.
crap.
I like
That's
golf, but I don't love it that much.
well, I'm not that good at it to play that
Yeah,
pay
me
that much
neither. I just played in Tucson and I played absolutely awful.
money. That's ridiculous. Wow. You cannot minimize. Okay, fine. That is stupid. Wow. All right, anyway. Whatever. We'll figure that out tonight. What golf course?
Yeah, we'll figure it out
But,
later. All good.
I'm sure there's plenty, but I also think it's just more expensive to golf there. But I'd be good at the win. We just have to figure out what their deal is.
Yeah,
So
I'm good with that.
I'll call them when we're done.
Cool.
No, Nicole just messaged me on Instagram. That was a slow reply.
I told her that we were doing a thing.
So she just wanted me to mention it
Podcast
on the
today.
podcast. That's why she responded.
Did you do it? Did you do a story?
What? No,
Oh,
no, I had messaged her if she's ever been to Absinthe in Las Vegas because I want to
oh,
go again.
she probably has. She's
She's
been
been
everywhere.
twice. Have you been to Absinthe?
No, never heard of it. I'm not even
Oh my god, it's so much fun. I'll do a post about you posting about it.
Oh wait, hold on. Post about a post. We both take a
Mhm.
smile.
I don't like to smile. I already know that. You can't even really see that. You can't even really see that much in the video.
Yeah, I should post the other one from last week, but with the cookies.
Yeah,
That'd have been better. Maybe I'll just post that one today and pretend like it was.
that's all social media is, isn't it? Just pretending.
Yeah, right.
Well, cool. Finish a few things, and then I think we're yeah. So I had that's an interesting look. Yeah. So this weekend I was sitting down. I was getting a I was getting a pedicure, and gotta like have a nice feet. And one of my clients was
Fine.
with me. What?
I've only had one in my life.
They're
She's probably
great. You get a little massage
yeah,
while you're there. It's a whole thing.
not
One of
bad.
my clients was with me, and I have her house under contract, and I guess she had run into a different like realtor at a party, and the realtor they were like bad mouthing me,
Oh,
because when the house wasn't like sold yet, um, she she was like, "Oh, I can't believe you listed with Michael. Like he's so busy with high end stuff. He probably doesn't give you the time and attention you need." And blah blah blah. I'm not going to mention what her name is, but it reminded me of like because that's happened to me quite a bit actually, where people
yeah.
like don't think that I do normal price stuff, but
Hmm.
uh, so I think I need to do a better job of reminding people that I actually do normal priced things. Um, you know,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's happened to me one time,
I mean,
and they
as I
just
tell
assume,
people, like if you're sitting in your split entry looking at my Instagram, do you want to look at another split entry that I've listed, or do you want to look at like the multi-million dollar house that I've listed so you can like daydream? I don't think you want to look at the split entry.
well, I mean, maybe you could do a video or do something to remind people that we also do average price homes, or like maybe I wouldn't even say that. I would just say we do a lot of luxury, but we do everything, just so you don't run into that. Because that is a bummer.
Oh well.
Um,
No, I mean it's I have the house under contract. It's sold, so I didn't lose anything by it.
yeah,
It was just kind of a funny. It's just kind of a funny thing. It's I didn't. I know that that happens, but I kind of forgot about it. So it was just a good reminder that
yeah,
I need to do a little bit better job of that, I guess.
yeah. I think we can always do a better job in all sorts of aspects. Like I didn't really post much this last week, and I gotta do more. I need to. I just hired. I told you that I hired somebody to start helping with social media stuff, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's been
yeah. How's that
really,
going
really
so far?
helpful. Really good. She's on it, and she helps. Most of the time, it's like I give her the content or the pictures or whatever, and then she kind of just makes the either the whole post or um just like the main picture or whatever it's called,
Yeah, you'll get to the point
or
like
the
mine
reel.
where they just like they see stuff that I listed and then they'll just grab the photos and just make content and they just send it to me
Yeah,
each week and I just approve it and we have it on the calendar like twice a month where we do content creation videos and things like that and there's a video being posted later today. She met me out there, Paige, and she shot the video and she has a little microphone with her and everything so we get good sound. Um
that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
mine's actually in Texas, so we don't. I have to send her stuff.
oh.
Yeah, I
um
got her. It was a referral from actually Nicole.
oh
It's
fun.
her girl. Yeah, so I think she's
So yeah, no,
relatively.
it'll like it, it's pretty simple and I don't know, it just helps you just get out there more and be seen, right? So
Yeah,
social media is always
yeah.
good for that.
Heck yeah. No, that's good. I know I'm all these systems. That's one of my big things this year. Just working on all my systems and automation and stuff that takes so much time initially. Like if I can start paying somebody or hiring it out to save me time and effort, like it's totally worth it.
Well, I'm fine like doing when I'm like out showing a house, like I'm fine shooting those videos and posting those are
Yeah,
but it's just like the base stuff. It's nice to have like I know I have a base for the week. Um,
yeah,
and then from there I can just build upon that. But it's just it's kind of nice to have that platform and I can just grow it from there. And my people are really easy to work with and work around my schedule a lot. And like I just tell them when I have a new listing coming and when we need to meet out there and do different things. And I have different levels because Paige uses her cell phone camera and the little microphone, and those are fine. But then I have the other company that I do like more like cinematic things.
yeah,
I have a more of a high end property to highlight. So,
yeah. That's cool.
but that's like a whole day production to do that. So I don't tend to do
Hmm.
that as often. But
No, it pays
because
off though.
because I did I started these things here called like lifestyle videos. I think I was the first person to do them here. Instead of just one of those videos that like shows, like a camera just like walking through the house and here's the kitchen and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I I had this big acreage listed in Omaha for like it was 5 million at the time, and it was a 11,000 square foot house on 100 acres, and um, so I met with Glory Visuals, that's their name at the time, because I had met them at a real estate event that they had shot the video for, And so we kind of like wrote like the whole, it wasn't really like a script, but we wrote out the whole thing. And then I had one of my lenders, Eric, he has like the perfect, adorable like acreage family because they live on an acreage right now. So it was him and his wife, and they brought their triplets out there. And we did a video of them like jumping in the pool and riding the four-wheelers and like hunting. And then Eric and his wife like making coffee in the morning and sitting out and enjoying the view. And so like we just did a video to highlight
Oh,
like how you live in the property, because I mean, I think when you can start to afford that, I mean, it's not really about, it's really about nothing more than lifestyle and convenience at that
yeah,
point. And so I
yeah,
just really wanted to show people, how you can use the house and the attributes that it has, instead of just, oh, hey, here's a bathroom and here's a living room and whatever. So
yeah. Love that.
yeah, that house was cool. That house let me do a lot of things. Like I did my first like influencer night there, as I call it. Um, I rented a jazz band. I had valet parkers. I had 2 bartenders, caterer, and I just invited just all the like business owners and wealthy people that I know and everything else out there. And we just kind of hosted them to show them around the house, because a lot of those houses sell like word of mouth.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to get it in front of a lot of people. So that was kind of and then it
That's
rained
awesome.
the whole evening. The whole
Ah,
rest of the week was like perfect and beautiful. And one of the sales features of this house was, I mean, like the view, because you're 300 feet up in the air, and it just downpoured the whole evening. I about, I about cried.
did it end up selling?
Yeah, it did. That was
Nice.
actually, so it was funny that that house was my history teacher's. He wasn't my history teacher. I think he was my geography teacher. It was his parents' house, and he always used to joke as a teacher that he's really poor. And I was like, okay, maybe you're poor, but family sure isn't. And the house was up for sale when I first got into the business, and it expired. And I was like afraid to go after it. I didn't know their phone number, so I sent him a letter. And then one day I sit down on my computer, and they had sent me an email, and I was like, oh my God. I was shocked that they sent me an email. And they wanted me to come meet with them. And so did I tell you this story already?
You might have, yeah, but let's get it
Yeah.
on.
So
Let's get
anyway,
it
it
on
was just,
video.
yeah, I mean, like I put on like the most expensive suit that I had, and I'm rolling up in my car, and like as I get closer to the house, like I get like sweaty palms because this is like real now, it's happening. And like I go in and I knock on the door and I ring the doorbell, and it's this just like deep, like Catholic church sounding like doorbell. It sounds like those, whatever those things are in the Catholic church that are behind an organ. Sounds like one of
Yeah.
those. And again, I was just nervous, and they came to the door, and he goes, see this balcony right above you? I was like, I sure do. And he's like, that's like the best shooting spot in the whole house. We just sit up there and shoot. And at that point, I was like, oh, I'm like at the Clampett's house. Okay. And so it was like they were the coolest down to earth people ever.
Love that.
And they stuck. I mean, and they stuck with me for a long time, because that house took forever to sell. It was actually a $15 Facebook ad that I ran that ended up selling the house.
Wow.
This guy owned a piece of property, and he was in the process of having blueprints drawn up, and he was going to build it. And then he saw this ad on Facebook and decided to come check it out. And then they fell in love with it. So they bought it. So
Dope.
yeah,
That's the power of social media,
I know. Should have just ran that $15 Facebook ad a long
right?
time ago.
That's
But that house
crazy.
was
Oh,
also
that's a good
like,
story though.
the fact that it took a while to sell, I think was actually beneficial, because the amount of exposure that I got from that house was
Hmm.
pretty good. Just people
Heck
would see
yeah.
my face everywhere, and I would run ads all the time. So it was, I mean, it was good for me. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Love that.
it was that. So
Heck
I,
yeah.
I just signed one of those listings I signed last week. It's funny because they had met with like 3 different people, and they liked me the best, so they picked me. But I'm like, oh, can I borrow your pen? I went over there to actually sign paperwork in person, which I haven't done in forever. And so there was all these cross outs, which I hate because I'm very OCD. Um, but anyway, I was like, oh, do you have a pen? And he handed me a pen. And I look at it for a minute, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, for what? Because it was another realtor's pen. And he's like, well, you have to use their pen. And I was like, hey, we're using her pen to sign my listing agreement. I'm okay with this. And I was like, you don't need to be sorry, Rick. I think we're good.
That's awesome.
So anyway, that was funny.
Heck
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah,
That's
that one we
good.
got to get it painted and staged, and then we'll put that guy on the market. But it's a
Just don't
big,
paint the tile, right?
don't paint the tile. No, it's a big boy. It's 11,000 square feet.
Dang. That's
Uh,
a big house.
11,000 square feet, 10 acres. 2 safe rooms. So
There we go.
a lot going on. One of them I couldn't even see. He wouldn't let me. So I'm not sure what happens in there, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's the biggest property you've ever listed, not price, but size.
Oh man. Not that big. Got probably only like, I'm trying to think, 5,000 square feet maybe. Nothing too crazy. I've definitely listed acreage, but not like that. I need one of those in my life though.
No, but that was funny. Like again, like people talking about how I only sell like big stuff. I'm like, that takes forever to sell. It took me 3.5 years to sell that house.
Yeah,
And
that's
so yeah, I mean,
crazy.
when you look at like my time invested, I probably like made $5 an hour. But I was actually kind of mad because I was $2,000 away from my first 6-figure paycheck. I actually wanted them to like just pay me 101, and then I would just hand them like $3,000 back
Credit
in
back.
cash so I could have a check at 101. But they said no.
Uh,
But
no,
anyway,
that's funny.
I mean, I was whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
need some more of those in my life.
yeah, but again, they take a long time to sell here. Not so
Yeah,
much right
that's
now.
not
Our luxury market here right now is actually better than our regular market.
really. But you have
Mhm.
way, I mean, I was surprised hearing how many listings you have.
Well,
You
right
have
now,
like,
actually, I only have like
no, I
one.
meant like the market in general.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, like inventory is so low. I mean, it's low for us,
Yeah,
but it's not
how
like,
many houses do you guys have on the market?
I just looked today, it was like 14,800 or something,
Fourteen
which,
thousand.
yeah, Phoenix, I mean, that's like all of Maricopa County, which is like pretty big. It
Yeah, that's a
includes like
large.
Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, Mesa, Gilbert, Peoria, Glendale, like all the surrounding cities. Like, our average, like a normalized market, we're between like 25,000 active listings.
Wow.
So 14,000 is at one point we were at like 4,000, like when craziness beginning of last year, like that was insanely
Yeah, that was
low.
like us. We normally have like 4 to 5 thousand, and during the craziness times we had like 400. So similar
Yeah,
story.
that's nuts. Yeah,
Um,
so
is there, because Maricopa County is huge. I'm always amazed that you guys
huge.
like it honestly could take you like a whole day to show 2 houses if they're on opposite ends of the county. Like,
Yeah,
do you like have
it's
like
probably about a
cutoffs?
2 hour drive.
Do you have like cutoffs,
One
like
end.
like cities that you don't like to go to, like from just a distance wise?
Yeah, it also depends on price point and who it is, who the client is. Because I mean, I just closed one in Chandler this last couple of weeks ago, which is like South Chandler. So it's a solid hour drive from my house,
Yeah,
like
that's far.
45 minutes probably from my office. And that's a hike
Yeah,
for
that's
me. I mean,
far.
it's all freeway too. It's like 50 miles to get down
Oh
there.
yeah, that's far. Yeah.
So like that was a long ways away. But a referral, people moving from out of state. So, and the price point was pretty good. So
Yeah,
I'll
like
take that.
speaking of Lincoln, I can get there in like 40 minutes now, but I won't do that very often because I just don't know the market very well there. So I don't think I'm doing them.
Yeah.
I think it's an injustice to sell there for them because I don't
Yeah.
really know the market very
Yeah.
well.
If different towns are different marks, ours, since we're all kind of blended,
Right.
most of the market, quote unquote, is the same.
Hmm.
Some neighborhoods are different than others, but I kind of am the same way too, though. It's like I don't want to tell you I'm the expert in Chandler
Right.
because I'm not. But I
We
can
actually
certainly
have a
help.
lot of crossover here between Nebraska and Iowa because Council Bluffs, which is right on the other side of the river, and then Omaha, some people will look in both markets. And I think it's silly because our MLS merged with Lincoln, but not with Council Bluffs. And I've
Hmm.
never had anybody say to me, "Oh, we're going to look in Omaha and Lincoln." Nobody does that. But a lot of people do say, "Oh, we'll look in Omaha and Council Bluffs." So I'm kind of surprised we didn't merge those two, but I was not
Do
in
you have
charge
your
of that.
Iowa license?
No.
So if someone says that, you just refer it out.
Yeah. Well, now I have 3 people on the team that are licensed in Iowa, so I just give it to
Oh,
them.
perfect.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I just,
Yeah, we
I don't know. There's enough business here in Omaha for me. I don't really need to be going over to Iowa.
Yeah, I could say the same. Like I know a lot of people for us will go up to like Flagstaff, for example. That's two
Mm,
hours north, or Tucson even. Tucson and Flag are probably the same idea of Lincoln and Omaha. Like I theoretically can sell,
Yeah.
but they each have their own different MLS, and I'm not a part of either. But we just refer it out. Like
Yeah. I mean, it's just,
a
it's not
whole
worth,
that's a whole different market.
yeah, it's not worth your time.
No, 2 hour drive.
And
Is
you just,
not.
you don't know the market there. I'm sure the pricing there's not the
I
same.
don't at all. Yeah, I
So-
don't know. I don't know much about Tucson or Flag or
Nor do you want to.
anything like that. Nor do I want to. I'm okay with that.
Exactly. You got to know your market.
Yeah.
I have to drink like 10 of these a day. So excuse my water consumption.
Good. No, that's good. How's the
So I
weather right now out there?
eat constantly. It is sunny outside today, as you can see in the background there.
Yeah.
It is 55 today.
That's nice,
It's
right?
actually warm. I'm in a t-shirt
Yeah.
and I have my windows down today on the right here because that feels
know.
warm to me.
And I'm in a jacket and it's 67 currently.
I'm probably going to die in
supposed
Las Vegas because it's going to be so hot.
Is it? I haven't even looked at the weather.
Well, I mean, it's very similar to Arizona, obviously, where it just feels like a desert. So,
Yeah. No, it looks like it's gonna be pretty chilly, actually.
oh no.
Saturday is a high of 58.
Well, that feels like 70. So that'll
I
be a little
mean,
better.
not to me.
You'll be fine.
58 Saturday,
Weather.
Sunday, high of 60, low at 37 on Sunday.
37.
That's the low on Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna be
I should
chilly
just
Sunday
stay in
night.
Omaha then. It's gonna be nicer here than it is there. Oh,
Yeah, that's gonna be a long weekend. I'm excited, but my body is not ready for it.
yeah. I mean, I'm excited too, but that's a long time in Las Vegas. I'm there Friday to Wednesday. That is a long time. I'll call this now. I will be shocked if I make it to any of the company stuff, actually.
Yeah, I'm
My
looking forward
buddy,
to it.
my buddy flies in on Thursday because he's going to a bachelor party, so I might hang out with them and just skip the whole convention. Not really. I'll go to a couple convention things, but yeah.
I'll be there. I like to mingle, and I get a lot of referral stuff from people there.
Well, because you're in a
which is
town
nice.
that people refer to.
Yeah,
Nobody refers to Omaha.
yeah. I mean, you never know, though.
No.
I mean, most of it's probably like business transfers or job transfers.
I do really well though with just connecting like agents, and I try to tell agents on my team this too. They don't quite understand it yet. Literally how easy of a paycheck it is to refer something to somebody. And I
Yeah.
mean, like I had, and it's not even somebody like moving here to there. I mean, like I had this guy who looked me up because I sold his neighbor's house. His name is Henry. And he asked me if I sold real estate in Texas. And I was like, no, but I know people who do. And so I just got to refer a deal. He bought it like his kid a house down there. It was $400,000. I made like $3,500 check and did nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
That's
it's
great.
the easiest money you're ever going to make in real estate, as they say.
Heck
And that
yeah,
is true.
referrals.
One year I made like 50 grand off of referrals.
Love that.
So yeah. Well, when I sent Charlie to buy his house in Arizona, that was like a $14,000 referral check. And again, I did nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
It sucks to, I mean, it's, good, bad. Would you rather have 100% of no referral, or would you rather have, 75% of a referral?
I'll take the 75% of referral.
I know everybody would. I mean, it does suck
Yeah.
to give up that much money, but you wouldn't
Yeah.
have it if people didn't refer it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that.
what's on tap today? You selling anything?
Man, yeah, I have a counter offer out right now for one of my listings. We've been going back and forth. This is counter 3,
Oh,
which is we've been going back and forth all weekend. So hopefully that'll get going.
can you guys like verbalize counters, or do you have to write them all down?
I'd like to write them down. I mean, it depends. Honestly, it depends who who I'm working with. Because
Right.
sometimes it's a price thing. Sometimes it's, a lot more than that. And
Right.
they came in pretty low from the jump. So I was just like, look, we got to counter higher. And then after that, then we talked and this and that. So 3 counters is kind of a lot. I usually don't do that many. 2 counters, maybe. 3 is a lot. I think they're gonna accept it though. So
Yeah,
that'll be nice. I got a lot of buyers right now in the works that I gotta show some houses to this week. It's good and bad. I love having buyers. I love working with buyers, but the listings, it's pretty nice to not
Well,
have to drive around like crazy,
everybody else does all the
you
work
know?
when you have listings. They're driving
Yeah,
around to go
I
show
know.
up,
So that,
sell it for you, basically.
yeah, so that's, I need some more listings. That's kind of my goal, but I also need to get these buyers going. One of my buyers is also a seller, and they're not, all the listing stuff is done. Paperwork's
Oh,
done, photos are done. All I got to do is click active on MLS, but they don't want to go active until they find something that they want to buy.
yep.
So
Yep.
we're kind of in a little pickle here. I've been showing them properties for probably at least a month,
Mm,
going
what
and
price range
showing,
is
and
that?
they're in like the 600,000,
Oh,
between
not bad.
5 and 600. Which there should be stuff available, but they're wanting horse property, and they're
Oh,
okay with a manufactured home, but when it comes down to it, I think we need to go stick built. Depending on the lot and all that too, but
someone can like build a house with like on enough land for a horse property for 600,000.
that's that's our trick. That's why it's kind of tough right now. I mean, a acre is plenty of room. 2 acres would be really nice, but a lot of those are manufactured homes that need some
Oh,
work, or this and that. And
I actually
I
just
don't know.
texted. I just texted a friend of mine because she lives down there. She called me because I think her and her husband are divorcing and they live on a horse property and she has to sell it.
Where at? Do you know?
I can't fully remember. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 30 minutes outside of town. But I
Okay,
just asked her, I'm like, how much would that thing sell for? Because I have no idea. So,
that's in Arizona.
Mhm.
Well, that'd be wild, wouldn't it? Put something together.
well, I already gave her your info to sell it anyway when she has to sell
Yeah.
it. But I mean, I
No, but
figured,
it'd be great if my buyers wanted it.
I know that's what I mean. Double bubble, more
Yeah.
money.
Then I get to list their house because we're listed theirs at 6. That should
Um,
sell pretty quick.
so it was funny because this that listing that I just got that I had to use someone else's pen to sign it. It was funny because I roll up there. The first time I went out there, I was in my pickup, and the second time I went out there, I was in my Porsche. And the seller was inside, but his personal assistant came out, and she didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. We went inside and we sat down, and he starts like later in the conversation, he starts a story about how, oh, this other group that came out, like they all rolled up into fancy of cars, and I was like, oh God, don't look outside. And the assistant's in the corner being like, shh, no, no. And he's like, why? What's outside? And the assistant's like, oh, just nothing. And he's like, well, I can just go look outside. What's out there? And I was like, oh, you can just see it later. And so we signed all the paperwork and whatever. And then I go to leave and he comes outside and I was like, oh, Molly came outside. Because at that point I figured, well, who cares? I already have everything
Yeah.
signed. And she was shocked because he was like, oh my God, I love that thing. And I mean, I was shocked. And I guess he has a thing with like, he thinks realtors make too much money.
Yeah.
So he's like, they shouldn't be buying these fancy of cars and whatever. And so anyway, but he apparently loved the Porsche. He didn't like the other cars that people showed up in, but
Oh,
he
that's
loved that.
good.
Yeah. So
Good for
that made
you.
me kind of nervous. I was like, oh no, maybe I brought the wrong car. But I'm like, I can't go anywhere because here I am. Oh,
I think there is a fine line between that though. Like over the top. I mean, it proves that you know what you're doing, right?
right.
Like, but also I think there's some agents that go way overboard.
Well, I mean, like, there's a
That
lady here
too.
who drives a Bentley, and I'm like, you don't need to drive a Bentley. But it's
Yeah.
funny because like my counter argument to that all the time is like, how do you know I don't live in a $500 a month apartment and I blow all of my money on this car?
Yeah.
Like you have
Or
no, I
how
mean,
would it
like,
look if you show up in a raggedy, beat up something?
right. Like you have no
Like
idea. I
you'd be
mean,
like, okay, no, you obviously don't make any money.
right. Yeah, no, like you have no
So
idea. Oh, never mind. Her house is like 800,
okay.
but it's,
Did she give you an address or where, like what
yeah,
city?
I'll send you, well,
Yeah, just
it's in Prescott Valley,
oh, okay.
but
I'm
I
doing
mean,
one near there actually.
it's a 2,800 square foot ranch with 5 bedrooms. Um, it's, yeah, I mean, 2 acres. It already has like the horse facilities on it, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
I'll see if they can spend more. But I already told her to call you anyway because I don't know, just situation. I think they have to sell it. So, but
cool.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
you bet. I don't know how far away Prescott Valley is. No idea, but
It's about an hour north of where we're at. Hour and 20 minutes probably. I actually
oh,
have one. under contract near there right now in
Oh,
a
okay.
town
So you'll
called
drive
Mayer.
there. All right. So that works.
Yeah, I could drive there. Yeah. And I'm part of their MLS, so
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. So that was
yeah,
just kind of
I can make that
that
happen.
was yeah. So that was just funny story about that. It made me laugh.
Heck yeah, dude. What do you got going this week?
Um, we were supposed to have our team meeting this week, but my bar in the office gets finished on the same day, so I just canceled that. So just some workouts. Got to get that big listing and meet the stager there. So I got to get that figured out. We got some content creation stuff scheduled and some showings of stuff scheduled. So it should be a good week. I mean, every time I go out of town, everything goes nuts. So
Yeah.
I used to actually get in the habit of I would book trips and then I wouldn't even go because I would book it on purpose just so I'd get busy and then I would just stay here.
Yeah. Love
But I think
that.
the universe figured that out after a while, so stopped doing that. But yeah, I got to get the beard trimmed up before I travel because it's gotten a little out of hand for me.
Yeah.
Got to get a
I'm excited for
haircut.
Vegas. Yeah, Vegas would be a good time.
Vegas is gonna be fun.
Might
Just
be too
long.
much.
Vegas is gonna be too long. Well, I mean, I didn't have to fly out until none of us did until Sunday because the conference starts Sunday. But
Yeah.
it's just like when you start like eating dinners at 9 o'clock at night, all these places, and I mean,
Yeah. You
it's
got to
gonna
get
turn into
breakfast,
like
lunch,
a
and dinner.
yeah, that's gonna turn into like a 1 a.m. adventure. But
Yeah, I can't have that. Yeah, my body's not ready for that.
my favorite part of Las
Oh,
Vegas
yeah.
that I did not know, which I mean doesn't really do that much good during a work trip, but I'm gonna have my Uber take me from the airport to like a liquor store. No, I don't even need to do that this time. I know, yeah, I do. And I have to buy Tito's and then a Yeti cup, or I'll just bring my own Yeti cup, I suppose. But if you go and buy alcohol and mixers, because you can carry that all over the strip and then they'll just refill your cup.
Yeah.
So like if you're at the casino, like you can really just drink your own alcohol for free instead
Yeah.
of, going to get expensive stuff all the time. So
It's a good idea.
yeah, there's a
Tito's is your
little
drink, huh?
Tito's is my drink. I've recently had to switch to water because I can't have soda or dairy for the week.
Yeah.
So I thought I did really good last week and didn't have any dairy, but apparently I had a brain fart and just didn't remember that butter was dairy. Not sure why. Not that I like sought out butter, but like
Yeah.
I had like shrimp and strawberry salad for lunch a couple times, and I'm pretty sure the shrimp was probably made in butter.
Yeah.
So, that was a bummer. And then the protein bars I was eating had dairy in it. So I'm kind of restarting this week.
That's good. I know I need to get back on my diet
Well,
workout.
this isn't the diet. This is to fix my incessant throat clearing that I do. So that's what we think it's from is either the high fructose corn syrup from soda or from dairy. So, which I really, really hope it's not dairy because I really, really,
Yeah, that's a rough one. Soda, I feel like you can cut out.
yeah, soda's fine. I can get rid of that. But
Yeah.
dairy is hard.
Dairy's a rough one.
Well, and then I have to be that person at a restaurant that like asks all these questions. And like yesterday, I'm looking around the grocery store for protein bars that don't have dairy in it. I'm like, this is just a pain in the ass, frankly.
Yeah.
Luckily, my throat clearing isn't like a life or death situation, and I have to eat appropriately for that. It's just throat clearing.
Yeah,
But
you're
I
gonna
would
have
just
to ask for vegan stuff, right?
no,
Is that
no,
what it is now?
not going to do that. But like I have,
Well,
to
I
have I
mean,
have to have my coffee with oat milk now, and so
I actually like the taste of oat milk way better than normal milk.
yeah, I do too. Actually, it makes my coffee taste better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've actually never been like I won't drink like a glass of milk. I haven't had milk like on its own for like 20 years.
Yeah, no, I
But
don't do that either. But oat milk is definitely the way to go.
but I do love and cheese is just on everything, like in a restaurant. It's just on
Cheese
absolutely
is on,
everything.
I couldn't get rid of cheese. That would be the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. I can't we're gonna see if I can live without that or not. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that's rough.
Who knows?
Soda you can do for sure.
No, yeah, soda's fine. So I've been having Tito's and water, which is great because I get hydrated while I'm drinking. So it works
Yeah,
out.
the best of both worlds. That's why I drink soda water.
Oh,
I think
I'm
that's
not sure
better
if it
than
works that way
normal.
where I stay hydrated, but pro
Probably
tip
doesn't.
for Las
Science would.
Vegas, by the way, go get vitamin B tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Take one before we go out at night. And then you take 1 to 2 before you go to bed, and you won't be hungover.
Done. Writing that on my list. Get vitamin B.
I'll have plenty of extra, by the way. So if anyone needs any, I'm ready to roll.
Heck yeah. Love it.
I suppose I could just, stop drinking if I don't want to be hungover, but I keep trying to come up with all these all
Yeah,
these
that's kind of on my list. I mean, I took that month off in January, which was really nice. But
Yeah, I'm like not drinking during the week, and I had I had some on Saturday when I was at the fight night, but I mean I'm not overly excessively drinking anything right now.
good.
Yeah.
I overly excessive drink in New
Well,
Mexico, but
that's
I
okay.
feel like
You
you
were
have
out
to
of
do that at a
town. That's
wedding.
fine. You were out of
Yeah, you have
town.
to
You
do
had
that at a
no.
wedding though too. I feel like
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah,
I
it's a
probably
good
should.
time though.
Yeah, no. Weddings are all. I have like 5 weddings between now and next year that I have to go to.
Nice.
My buddy's trying to figure out where his bachelor party is going to be. So we're trying to debate between Las Vegas or Miami.
It's all deadly. I've never been to Miami actually, but I can
His
imagine it's
fiance. I've been to
just
Miami.
as crazy as Vegas
Miami
or
makes me feel
crazier.
poor. Yeah, Miami makes me feel poor. I mean, there's like Ubers that drive around in Rolls Royces down there. So,
Dang.
um,
Yeah.
the only kind of stripper his fiance will let him have is a midget stripper. So I've Googled, and it's not an easy thing to find in Miami, but it is in Las Vegas. So I'm thinking we're gonna go there.
Wow. I mean, wait. I mean, hey, whatever it takes to plan the trip.
I'm not even the best man. I'm just along for the
Helping.
ride, but I know how to have fun. So
Funny. Heck yeah,
we
that'll
have
be
to
a good.
he has to like wait until the weekend before his wedding to go on his because his brother is his best man and he doesn't turn 21 until the week before the wedding.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
So he's going to turn 21 and then go on a bachelor party. That's going to be nuts.
that'll be nuts. That'll be very nuts.
I find it so entertaining
Gosh.
to watch all these people out of my window who leave my building just to go in the parking lot and smoke.
Oh, see, I
Like they
can't.
do this
I
in the
think it's so
winter too,
gross.
when it's like -20 outside and they go out in the parking lot and smoke.
I think cigarettes are so gross.
Oh, they're disgusting, but it
Yeah.
just makes me laugh when they just go out there and do that. It's funny. I don't know why, but
Not for me.
do you smoke cigars?
Yeah, I actually just had one last week. I don't do it often. One of my old team members is like a cigar connoisseur. So every now and then we'll go get a cigar, but I don't know. Again, they're not. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I don't like the taste of cigar for the next 3 days afterwards,
Yeah, I use a lot
or
of
the
mouthwash
smell of cigar.
afterwards, and I actually won't let
Yeah,
I have to like take the clothes off in the garage and I throw them in the washing
yeah,
machine. I won't
yeah,
like
man.
sit in my house, and I have to shower afterwards. I won't get into bed until I've like gotten rid of all that smell.
Yeah,
Because being a
that's the
realtor,
only
like
downside.
I'm really sensitive to smell as a realtor because of all the smells people point out when I show houses. And I don't want any
Hmm.
of those smells in my house. So I make sure those all go away.
Yeah, yeah, it can be pretty bad. Cigar smell isn't as bad as like cigarette or like freaking cat
Yeah,
pee.
yeah,
Cat pee is probably the worst.
yeah.
I hate that in houses.
Yeah,
Smoking cat, but
there's a listing that I have coming up that the owner's 3 dogs peed all over everything, and so we have to replace all the carpet and everything else. And
yeah, that's smart.
yeah,
Yeah, but
it's gonna be
no,
quite.
we can go to cigar. You trying to go to smoke a cigar in Vegas?
I don't know. No, I was just generally just asking if you smoke
Oh,
cigars. We don't have to go on those.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I go out of my way to do it, but
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I don't hate them.
Kind of depends on what I'm wearing. 'Cause I don't want the smell in the clothes a lot of times.
Yeah, I smoked when I went golfing in Tucson with my buddy.
Yeah, I
It
love
was after
smoking a
our
cigar on
round,
the
so
golf course. That's the best.
yeah, so that felt like the right time to do it. But yeah, I enjoy it.
It's good.
Heck yeah. But yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be a busy week before we leave. I'm trying to knock out a bunch of stuff before we head out there. It's kind of weird going on vacation 2 weekends in a row. I don't really do that much.
Yeah, I know that's kind of a lot. I know I'm looking at my to-do
Yeah.
list right now. I don't have too much to do. I might have a couple offers to write before we go, but
There you
not
go.
not too terribly much to do. I'm sure there will be a shit show when I land because everybody always reaches out to me the minute I touch down somewhere else. But like
Yeah.
this lady reached out to me. I was on an airplane to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. And so of course, we're already drinking in the airport, like we're trying to, get into the party zone and I see her email when we land, and so I send her a text message and I was like, hey, like we have about an hour window where I'm gonna be able to talk to you on the phone and be sober. So Like, I was like, hopefully that works for you, because we're going to be in the hotel room. And then when I leave, the rest of the night's just done for, and pretty much the rest of the weekend. So anyway, we got that handled. So
Good.
that's actually kind of a interesting one, because her and her husband are married, but they live separately. Because it was a blended
Interesting.
family, and so the kids, I think they just wanted the kids to have their own space.
Yeah.
The house came up for sale across the street from the husband, and he wants to buy that so she can move into there.
Well, whatever works. I mean,
Whatever works, you know.
whatever works.
I'll
People live
gladly
crazy
sell them.
lives.
I'll gladly sell them a home. So
Heck yeah. Love that.
whatever works.
Yeah.
I have
know.
it. So probably like one of the like funniest situations was one of my clients was dating a girl. We had their new construction house under contract. And I thought he was joking because he's kind of a practical joker. But he texted me one day that we have to talk because his girlfriend cheated on him, so he's not buying the house anymore. So I had to tell the listing agent that. I'd be like, well, this is a bummer, but they can't buy the house anymore because neither one of them can afford it individually, and they don't have any desire to buy the house together. So I lost that sale. So that was fun.
Yeah, that sucks. I had one. This was like probably year 2 I had my license. I had a
Okay.
listing and the buyers got one of like the wife left like 2 days before we were supposed to close, just like left town.
Oh,
And kind of the same idea, but on a bigger scale. Like literally we're all ready to close. They didn't sign their closing docs or anything like that. And the agent's like, they're gone. We can't get a hold of her. They left town. She's just gone. And it's like, well, that was one of the only times I've kept someone's earnest money too.
oh yeah, I would have too.
So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, so we got the earnest and we had to go back on the market. But that was a weird one. Cause it's like, well, what do? You can't really, because probably it was like kind of the same idea. Like they couldn't afford it by themselves. And
Yeah.
that was an odd one, but we, ended up selling.
I'm glad you
obviously.
I'm glad you kept the earnest deposit. They probably could have fought
Yeah.
back, but I'm glad you kept it.
Yeah. No, it's like, what?
We
You
have
can't just leave.
one of the biggest pet peeves of mine here is the way that our contract is written for home inspections. And I mean, it's written to favor the buyer, which is fine when I represent the buyer. But like it
Yeah.
literally says, for any reason whatsoever, if the buyer
That's
wants
like
to
ours.
back out after the home inspection, they can. And I think it's complete BS on both. No matter who I'm representing, I think it's BS. And like I sold this really nice house, and the home inspection literally had 2 things on it, and they were the silliest things in the world. And I woke up in the morning, and the buyer goes, Michael, due to the inspection, we're gonna back out. And I was like, okay. So I called them and I was like, you guys can just like be truthful with me. If you want out of the contract, I'll get you out of the contract. I'm like, we don't need to blame this silly inspection. And he just kept sticking to that story. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I called up the agent and I was like, my people don't want the house anymore, but I'm like, we're just going to say it's the home inspection. So I'm sorry. And like, I mean, literally that's all we had to do was just say the house is unsatisfactory to us. We're backing out. And part of me wishes that was more difficult to back out so people couldn't use it as an excuse. But because I had one of my best friend's houses listed, and he was at home during the inspection. There were 3 things on it. All 3 of them were fixed before the inspection was done because he's a contractor.
Yeah.
And but during their walkthrough, he saw on their camera that the buyer was so impressed with her real wood floor, she kept pointing it out to the inspector, and the inspector's like, these are LVP, they're not real wood floor. And she's like, no, they're not, they're real wood floor. And I told her agent when they looked at the house, they were not real wood floor. Well, after that, we got a inspection release and says, you know, hey, we want out of the house. And I was like, you're not getting out of the house. And so we actually sued back and forth, and we ended up taking half their deposit.
Dang.
That wasn't even cold feet. They just got out of it because it wasn't real wood floor or something stupid like that. Like it was it's silly. I actually think it's the silliest thing ever that grown-ups are asking other grown-ups to fix stuff on a home inspection. Like that is actually my least favorite part of this profession. Like, okay, if the foundation's falling apart, yeah, okay, this is an issue. Like a light bulb like a light switch cover missing, that's stupid. Like you're buying a house, you're a grown up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like inspections,
yeah.
I feel like inspection should be one. Let's either either you take the house the way it is, or you ask for like $5,000 off because there was 10 things
Yeah,
missing.
a list
We,
of things.
especially as realtors, should not be general contracting somebody or coordinating repairmen. That really bugs me about this profession.
Yeah, I think I hate when agents come back. Like if I have a listing and they come back with a bunch of just like nickel and dime, like a cover plate and this and that, like small things. That drives me crazy. And I'm like, that's not a reason you don't buy the house. It's because a light switch is missing a cover plate
Well, and
or
I mean,
something like
I'm like,
that.
why are you buying a house? I'm like, stuff's gonna break constantly. So I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe you should just live in an apartment then, because stuff is gonna.
Yeah.
That's why I just think it's just
Yeah,
stupid.
that's pretty silly.
I
Yeah.
mean, I just bought my temporary house that I live in, and I didn't do an inspection or anything like that. And I'm like, the house is still standing. It did not catch on fire or fall over. So, at some point you just
Yeah.
have to realize like a house is a house. Nothing's really going to happen
Yeah.
with it. So,
Yeah. Anything can happen. And I mean, we've even had, gosh, I always say like most 99% of stuff can get fixed
mhm.
too for a certain amount of money. Almost
Yeah,
everything can
but I
get
mean, that's
fixed.
just what, I mean, it's the part I don't like. And I'm sure you guys are similar to ours. In Utah, it's different. Like, so here we do, obviously you put the house under contract, then you have your inspection, and then usually your
Mhm.
appraisal, and then you move on to closing.
Yeah.
Which is fine, except 9 times out of 10, people negotiate off the price of their home because the condition it's in. And then these idiot buyers still ask for you to repair stuff on the home inspection. It's like, well, no, we gave you money off because the condition, but nobody cares at that point. And then you give them the money off
Yeah.
anyway. In Utah, I'm pretty sure, at least what my realtor friend there has told me this, that you put the house on the market for like a period of time, and anybody who's interested in it has to have their inspections during that period of time. Then you make your offer like that is not contingent on your inspection, but basically it's like, here's our offer that includes like these 4 or 5 repairs. And then the seller
Huh.
gets to pick one of those.
Well, how do they do the inspections if there's like multiple buyers?
I don't know. I guess you have
That's
multiple inspectors in there. I have no idea. But
that's
that would
odd.
that would just seem stupid, because like, what a waste of money on every house you're interested in.
Yeah.
But it also makes sense because when you actually get an offer, hey, this is what my like net, this is what my dollar's gonna walk away
Yeah.
with, because I'm not gonna deal with all this nickel and diming crap
Yeah.
when I get, into escrow.
Yeah, I could see it both ways. I could definitely see it both ways, but I like how ours is. We have a 10-day inspection period. I don't know how long yours is traditional.
Ours is 7.
But okay, yeah, ours is 10 days. And that's, I mean, when I'm representing buyers, literally I tell them like, look, we can cancel for almost any reason
Yeah, well, yeah.
in
So
those 10
ours
days,
is so
which
ours is 7, and then you have 72 hours to respond with what you want fixed. And then the seller has 72 hours to get back to you. I mean, it could be a really lengthy process.
ours is 10 days. You got to ask for repairs within 10 days, and then it's 5 days and 5 days back and forth.
Oh, 5
So it could
days.
be really long. Yeah, 5 days. I mean, most of the time it doesn't take that long. And usually we get it done sooner than 10 days, anyways. Part of one of my counters today was doing the inspection period in 7 days. But I just, yeah, it's a long time. And you can do a lot of inspections in 10 days.
I know. I think unless you're buying some massive property and you want like a roof guy up there, you want like a pool person there, unless you're doing all
Yeah.
that, I'm like, what? You can have that done in like 3 days. That's silly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of,
But yeah, we're
yeah,
lucky. I mean, we're lucky. We have good home inspectors. We're usually done with most home inspections in under 3 hours.
yeah. Yeah. We get a good sense of, we actually do work with a lot of like, I mean, I don't say a lot of the time, probably 50% of the time we'll get an extra roof inspector out there or electrician, or most of it is for like getting bids on how much it's going to cost to
Yeah.
fix whatever came up. But yeah, it is pretty crazy though. You can cancel for literally any reason
Yeah.
and get your earnest money back.
I know, and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like
It
that.
sucks for the seller.
Well, yeah, I just nothing ever feels done to me until after the inspection's done. Frankly, nothing
Yeah.
feels done to me until I have a paycheck in my hand. But
Yeah.
I
No,
do feel a lot
100%.
better after home inspections. I feel like, everything's a little bit easier, not
Yeah.
easier, but everything's a little bit better after that.
Smoother. It is a little bit less to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Heck yeah. Dope, man.
What's do you have anything like fun happen last week? Well, except for out of town, but real
Well, I
estate
guess being
wise?
out of town, yeah. Real estate wise, what happened last week? I don't think there was a whole lot. I think I had my closing. Did I have one of my closings last week? Let me see here. I don't think last week was anything crazy. I mean, I Thursday, Friday. I mean, I left Friday morning, so it was definitely a short week for me. Um, a lot of it was just follow up, and I showed some houses the day before, and yeah, nothing crazy. I had some repairs done on one of my listings. That's the one we're kind of negotiating right now. Um, other than that, just kind of a normal week. Nothing too wild.
Hmm.
How about
I
you?
didn't I didn't really have a whole lot of other stories except for the ones I just told you.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I think that's the fun part about real estate is there can be. I mean, it's good and bad where you can go from absolutely insane one week
Right.
to relaxing the next week, and
I know, and
I think that's
I don't like to relax. If I'm relaxing, I feel like I'm not selling anything, and that freaks me out.
yeah, me too. But it is also helpful for your I don't know, my mental. It's nice to have a little break here and there, but it
Yeah, I mean,
also,
like I take breaks. Like, I mean, I go
yeah,
get like a 2 hour massage, right? And
yeah,
I zone out for that, and I get a massage, and then I go right back into like the shit show that is my life. Sometimes
hmm,
I don't take like extended breaks. Like even at home, if I'm not like constantly texting people or having interaction, which maybe there's something more to that.
yeah.
I don't know. But if I'm not having constant interaction, I feel like I'm not working, and the whole world's gonna crash down or something. So I have to.
Yeah, I've been pretty good about taking some time off, especially when I have my son with me. Just
Oh yeah.
shutting off for a little bit and being present. That's been one of my goals these last couple years is to work on being present and not worrying so much about work because it can definitely take over your
The
life.
being present is such like I was disappointed in myself because I told myself last year that like Thanksgiving and Christmas I was gonna like, put the phone in another room. I wanted to like, as you said, be more present with the family and just
Yeah.
like good, bad, whatever, just like be there for those. And I like most holidays, I just was kind of like zoned out and on my phone and whatnot. Which is weird because who really thinks you talk to clients on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but
Yeah.
and it wasn't just
Yeah. I
that,
think
it was
that's
just
one of my, I love, like, so did you ever watch The Last Dance, that Netflix documentary on
I
the
don't think so.
Bulls?
I don't think
Oh
so.
my gosh, you got to see that. If you're a basketball fan at all, that it's called The Last Dance. It's probably one of my all-time favorite sports documentaries. It's like 10 episodes,
Oh,
but it
this is
goes
This
through
is Michael Jordan's
the
thing.
Jordan, yeah, the
No,
Jordan.
yeah,
I
no,
mean, the
I've watched
Bulls
that.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
90s.
yeah, yeah. I
So
forgot
one
that
of
was his
the,
name, but yeah.
yeah, so one of my biggest takeaways from watching that, not only, I mean, the sports world is, I love basketball, and then Jordan was just the greatest. So Jordan, one of the episodes they talked about him just being absolutely present in everything that he did, and that's partly why he was so successful.
Hmm.
And listening to him go like, "Hey, whatever, like this game is the most important thing right now in this moment. Screw everything else. Like, let's focus on this." And I think that was partly why he was so great. So I took that as, let's try to do that in my life, or at least certain aspects of my life. And that was like being with my son for one. Like that's probably the most fulfilling thing ever, is when you're not focused on anything else but being there with your kid. But you could
Right.
also say that the same with like clients. Like if you're sitting down with a client and you're there and you're present and you're not worried about who's texting you right now or who's calling you, like whatever that is. And I think they can feel that, you can feel that, like it's super helpful.
Well, but I mean, I just think, I mean, like not being present in things, like you said, I mean, even if it's like going to the grocery store, like everybody wonders why their day just like flies by and they don't even really feel like they don't remember what
Mm-hmm.
they did all day. Well, that's because you didn't really feel anything in the day or you weren't present for anything in the day.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of days I just like coast through, zone out. I mean, I get stuff done,
Yeah.
but I can't tell you what we did. That was like one of the, but that's also why. So like I have like a really hard time like focusing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I also I get bored really easily. So
Yeah.
that's why I told my mom like a couple years or 6 or 7 years ago, like I hated Mother's Day and I hated Christmas because like we don't do anything. I'm like, we go to brunch, we buy you flowers, that's it. I'm like, we need to start having memories here instead of just doing those things. So, we started taking mom on a Mother's Day trip, and I'm really present when I do that. I try to put the phone
Heck
away
yeah.
and just have me, her, and my brother, and we always surprise her with where we're going. And last couple of years because of COVID and whatnot, we haven't gone. But same thing with Christmas. I was always like, family comes to town, we just sit here, we eat, we do this. Like, there's no memory. Like, I can't tell you what I did from Christmas 5 years ago, just like I couldn't even
Yeah.
tell you what I did from Christmas last year. Like, it's just
Yeah.
always the same thing. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of like being present too, but like that doesn't just always mean just like regardless of what you're doing. I mean, so if I know I can't focus or I get bored, I just kind of made everybody like do something else that's a little bit more memorable. And then I'm like fine, being
Yeah.
present on
Heck
that
yeah. That's
too.
great.
But
No, I think that's been really important in my life personally. And there's a lot of stuff that we can work on, but that's been really important, at least for me lately, in the last couple of years, anyways, because that my life has just kind of flew by. And again, you don't really remember anything
right.
when your mind's all over the place. And I think helped just build deeper relationships with people or clients or friends or whatever. Like when even if you go to lunch with them or coffee or whatever, just like not even checking your phone and just like being there
Yep.
with them for that hour
Yep. I know.
has
And
been.
I've tried to become a lot better at that too. And I mean, I've even tried to get clients like I texted this guy today and I was like, hey, how does your schedule look for breakfast this week? And he's like, bad. And he's like, by the way, he's like, I'm like 7 weeks out from being able to list my house. And I was like, I don't even really care about that. I'm like, yeah, that was going to be one of our topics of discussion, but I just want to go grab breakfast and
Yeah.
see how you're doing and just chit chat about all that. I'm like, because I don't want everybody. It's kind of off topic, but I don't want everybody just to associate Michael reaching out to being, oh, I just want to
Yeah.
sell a
About work.
house or make money or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to chit chat and see how life's doing. So, but it was just kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I think that's really important to, I mean, building your business for long term and like actually caring about people. And it's not about
Right.
the money, it's about relationships at the end of the day. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's great. On that note, dude, I can't wait to see you on Saturday.
I know. It's gonna be a blast. I
It'll be
fly in
fun.
Friday night, remember?
Oh,
And,
yeah. Yeah. I'll be there. Well, my flight's at like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. on
yeah, see, that's awful.
Saturday.
I'm gonna
So I'll
stop
get there pretty early.
I'm gonna stop recording this for a minute.
Okay.